welcome back. I hope you're having a great start to your day and that your Christmas season is just shaping up to be a blessing after a blessing that you can't even understand why. But today we have a great recommendation. I know it's great because it's coming from Patricia Johnson, 9654 herself, very dear friend of the channel. There's a tight community that's wrapped around her like a big warm hug. And so now she's coming to me and asked for John Denver, the marvelous toy. Now, this is tricky. Now, I would give anything for Patricia, Patty, that I could, but there's only been probably a handful of times, maybe 2 handfuls at most, where someone's asked me to do a song request, to do a reaction. I get into the song, it occurs to me that I know the song, and then I have to stop the reaction and just go on to the next song and, move on, right? So, I hope I haven't heard this one because I'm John Denver, man. It's like, John Denver's great. Really great. So I'm just kind of curious if I know it. So Patty, let's see. Do I know it? Here we go.
When I was just a wee little boy, full of health and joy, one Christmas morning I received a marvelous little toy.
Okay, so one thing. Okay, he's a bard. I think that he's like the folk singer of folk singers. John has always been the kind of guy that you would just want to hang out with around a fire. A campfire as he's playing his tunes and telling these stories. And it's just cool to watch what he can do. He's like the Eminem of folk music in a way. I don't think there's anyone else that can do it as good as John. And I don't know this song. This is a fresh one for me. So Patty, I think we're in luck. I think we're good. I don't recognize it at all. So let's continue and just try it again.
A marvelous little toy, a wonder to behold it was, with many colors bright. And the moment I laid eyes on it, it became my heart's delight. It went zip when it moved, pop when it stopped, brrr when it stood still. I never knew just what it was, and I guess I never will.
Yeah, it doesn't even know what it is.
The first time that I picked it up, I had a big surprise. For right on its bottom were 2 green buttons that looked like big green eyes.
Okay. Look, I just got done with the Christmas shoes a little bit ago. I had to go walk away and walk around the house and just like I had to kind of gather my wits about me because it just completely devastated me. So if you haven't seen the reaction to that song, the Christmas shoes, or haven't seen just the song itself, grab a tissue. But I am so thankful that I've got a little lighthearted song at my hands now. Thank you, Patty. Thank you for coming to my rescue. But anyway, so far, so clever. Let's go.
First pushed one, and then the other, then I twisted its lid. And when I set it down again, this is what it did. Okay. It went zip when it moved,
okay.
Pop when it stopped, brrr when it stood still. I never knew just what it was, and I guess I never will. It first marched left, then marched right, and then marched under a chair. And when I looked where it had gone, it wasn't even there. I started to cry, my daddy laughed. He knew that I would find when I turned around my marvelous toy chugging from behind.
It's so clever. Like, they're cute lyrics, okay? Cute story, lighthearted, clever. It's creative. It's artistic. I absolutely love it.
Went zip when it moved, bop when it stopped, brrr when it stood still. I never knew just what it was, and I guess I never will.
Little interlude. Jingle bells. noises of the
Well,
toy.
the years have passed too quickly, it seems. I have my own little boy, and yesterday I gave to him my marvelous little toy. His eyes nearly popped right out of his head. He gave a squeal of glee. Neither one of us knows just what it is, but he loves it just like me. It still goes zip when it moves.
That's
When
great.
it stops, brrr, when it stands still. I never knew just what it was, and I guess I never will. I never knew just what it was, and I guess I never will.
That's a perfect John Denver song. That's just perfect. Look, if you haven't heard John very much, or you're not into his music because he's kind of old school, you got to go back. You got to go listen to John's music. It was always like this. It was always so cleverly written, so folky and folk song and bardesque and all of those things that that just made John who John was, you know? And he always had that knack. He had that Eminem kind of ability to really craft really intricate stories that segued from one line to the other so perfectly, but of course a totally different genre. Wow, John. Another one from John Denver I haven't heard. That's hard to believe, really, because it's like I've grown up with John Denver, I've just never heard the song before. Very clever song. All right, I'm pleasantly surprised. Anyways, this is such a nice song for me right now. It just means a lot to me because I just got ripped on the last song. I was just dragged through the mud with the Christmas shoes. Just trust me. If you haven't heard it, you know what I mean. Whew. Let's carry on. Let's see what's around the corner for the next request. Here we go, you guys. You have a wonderful day. Let's keep going.